Hey guys, so I'm going to do tonight's reading. Well, so far with the solar eclipse, let's see what happened. Um, how about the Electoral College voted and Joe Biden is president-elect? That has been all certified, done. That's a done deal. So the next step is to go to Congress. And then for those that saw me read, what did I say? I said that Bill Barr was most likely going to walk, didn't I? And I said that quite a bit even before, a little bit of the controversy popped up. I initially felt that when I started reading on that was the moment when I saw Trump accuse the Department of Justice and the FBI of possibly being behind that voter fraud. So once I saw that, I went, oh, I can't believe you just threw Bill Barr under the bus, basically, because he heads it. But then, especially, when Bill Barr spoke out and said that the Department of Justice didn't find any voter fraud, I knew that was going to be a serious problem. And so, yeah, when I saw the Eight of Cups with that, I mean, that is a pretty firm walking away. Normally, you walk away before you're fired. I have read employment situations with the Eight of Cups popping up. And then I also had the Ace of Wands, so he'll get an opportunity somewhere else. Maybe he'll go into private practice or something, do something like that. I don't think Biden's going to pick him for anything. But I told you. So he resigned. He's going to be leaving before Christmas. So that's one for me. There we go. So, I'm not saying I predict everything correctly. I've been off on a couple things, but, that one was on. So, but this is what we're going to do today. And this is just for fun. Okay. Because this is what's going on. Okay. So we know the Electoral College, they voted, everything certified, goody goody. But Stephen Miller, who is the senior advisor to Trump, and I suspect Reptilian for the light worker people who sometimes feel that someone could be Reptilian. If now I'm not real big on the Reptilian thing, I don't want to sound like David Icke here, but on the same token, if you really just kind of focus on Stephen Miller, if anybody's going to be Reptilian, it's him. I mean, seriously. So he's, yeah, there's something there, something wicked. So, but either way, this is his thing. So he went on Fox News or whatever and talked about bringing in alternate electors, that they're going to present those to Congress on January 6th. So a lot of people are all, what's next? What's next? I already got an idea, but I'm gonna set that aside because I do want to be unbiased. I get accused of being biased sometimes. It's like, what? I can't have a feel for which candidate I like. Come on. I can read the cards straight without bias. But I got a feeling, because I am an intuitive, I got a feeling what's going on. But I just want to kind of see if it's in the cards, and I'll let you know. But as far as for fun, because I know some people are concerned, like, what about these alternative electors? Could this be the way that, because everybody's, been on edge. I know a lot of people that are, Biden supporters, and really just want this country to turn around. We're exhausted from 2020. We're exhausted and, have been on edge. Like, what if something happens? What if our democracy is overthrown and this, that? And then seeing everything that's going on in DC with, all these Proud Boys and everything, a lot of people are very concerned, especially that, if we got thrown into a civil war. So I know a lot of people, are like, what's next? And yeah, we should be a little on edge. You should be, because democracy is being threatened. You should be on edge. Absolutely. So I'm not going to tell you not to be a little on edge. You should be, because I feel like people need to be really aware of just what's going on. That's why I read, to be really aware of what's going on. But if you're paying attention, if you're a spiritualist like me, and you're, paying attention to the bigger picture in the background, you could see Spirit's handiwork here. Okay? You could see the Spirit preventing, all this going on. Okay? It's been wild. I watch it. I see exactly what's going on. Every time they try to go up against, see what people need to understand, when Spirit is behind someone becoming a leader, that person becomes a leader. And even if I go to 2016, Spirit, for whatever reason, wanted Trump in office. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, what? No, because think about it. Look at everything that came to surface. That was the point. If you watch my video, is Trump a light worker controversy? I had a very long video on that, and I talk a lot about it. You know, he had a role. Okay, so as a spiritualist, I do not dismiss his role, but it was more of a betrayer. He's like a Judas in the story, okay? He's definitely not a light worker, and he's not some kind of hero, you know, and everything. But there are people who, you know, feel he's some kind of hero or something, you know. I mean, there's definitely people who believe that. But, you know, he's more of a Judas. But anyway, he had a role. So I cannot ignore the fact that for whatever reason, Spirit wanted him in that role. Because look at everything that came to surface. And it's not just about him. It's about, you could see all kinds of stuff coming to the surface with our government and what's wrong with it. You know, the good thing about it all coming up to surface and everything is that now we can do something about it. Now we're aware how people operate, you know. So yeah, it's big stuff. But yeah, let's get to, I don't want to go through a big whole talk because it'll get exhausting. I know you guys just want to see cards. And so as far as the alternate electors, you know, that Stephen Miller's talking about, you know, can that do anything on January 6th? That's what we're going to focus on. So it's been a heck of a solar eclipse, huh? So we're going to see what's going on with that. I know some of you guys are curious because you've heard about it. And I don't claim to understand it, except I think, don't governors need to back these people and this and that? You know, they have to have some kind of, but I'll talk about it in a minute. I've already kind of got a feel, but I'm setting it aside to see what Spirit says. And there I see the Trump card. See that? Knight of Swords right there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull that as my shadow card because it's calling me. That is Trump. He's going to be our shadow card. And so fittingly, he came right out. He's like, I want attention because he's Trump. So yeah, we'll pull him. We'll pull him as a shadow card. If anybody wants to know shadow card, it's the bottom of the deck. It just casts kind of an energy, kind of a little bit of a shadow energy to lead the layout. And if you guys, my featured video, Speaking of Shadows, check out The World in the Collective Shadow. I talk a lot about what happened in 2020 and the surface, and that was a big part of what I'm talking about, why Trump had a role, you know, is to bring people's shadow sides out. A lot of people are projecting their shadows. They're worrying them on the outside. That's what you guys need to understand. Because the one thing, when it comes out, then you can deal with it, you know. But yeah, check my video out. But yeah, Bar, he sure, I told you. Did I not? Did you not see it here? I don't know if you guys heard about it, but there was a lawsuit that was presented. I think it's going to the Supreme Court or something, and it's going to be thrown out. From New California and New Nevada. Yes, some lawyer, some attorney somewhere did a lawsuit from New California and New Nevada to throw out those votes, you know, in the battleground states. So yes, they are even coming up with fictitious states, guys. Okay, and apparently, I was watching a YouTube on it. The guy showed the lawsuit, you know, the document, and it's full of typos. It's ridiculous. So Spirit's just making a fool of these people. That's what I've been trying to tell you guys. Spirit is making a fool. But yes, they're coming up. There's some lawsuit. It may have been already thrown out. And then there was a lawsuit thrown out in Wisconsin today before the Electors College. So yeah, it's just everything is just completely. Okay, so let's see. How's this alternate elector thing going to go? So we got Trump as the very first card. So I do have crossing as the opportunity. So yes, we could see that the Trump people are going to take the opportunity. They're really going to try to draft this up. Okay. You know, they got to do something. And even I think Stephen Miller on the Fox news thing did say they're going to exhaust everything that they possibly can legally with all this going on. Let me move this so you guys can kind of get that Trump energy in there and stuff. So, yes, and here we go. And remember what I've talked about, if you guys follow my videos, the magician. This is just some more bags of tricks, okay? Trump is going into his bags of tricks and trying to work some magic, okay? That's when I see that, that's going the bag of tricks. Yes, you know, just as far as this goes, there could be some stuff going more to court. I've got the justice card here, which is adjustment in thought, but still it's justice. There could be some more stuff, maybe some more legal things even before this. But let's see what's going on. So, couple things. I've got the worry card. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Okay, I feel Trump. This is what he dreads. Okay, remember we talked about Trump Tower? We got the tower card. That's when the tower falls down. It completely crumbles. And 2020 has been a tower, but it's also very representative of the end of Trump. Okay, think of a tower falling down. Okay, Trump Tower, New York, and everything, all his towers. And we've got the worry card next to it. So as far as everything goes with this, he's really worried about the money. Okay, this is the main thing. He's not even as worried as much about the presidency as all these people like Deutsche Bank and all these people that are coming after him for money. You know, even the rallies have not been getting paid, the states that he held rallies. And all of this, it's like his karma, you know, it's all going to crash down. And, you know, so he's just, you know, resisting. So see, we've got the Ace of Pentacles here below all this stuff. And we've got the worry, we've got the tower. He's trying to prevent that tower, but this act of God keeps coming in and stopping him, right? Okay, because that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Spirit, when Spirit picks a leader, you know, of course we voted, yes, of course. But when Spirit says, this is who I want to be in charge of a country, you can't go against it. You can't stop Spirit. So, but the Ace of Pentacles, okay, this is the thing. I feel him and Stephen Miller deep down know that alternative electors is not going to fly. Okay, it's just not going to fly. And I know they're going to bring it to Congress on January 6th. But if the supporters feel that there is a little bit of hope, like there's a glimmer of hope that they can pull this off, if they think that, then they'll continue to give money. They're going to still donate, right? See, that's the thing. And that's what I was kind of feeling. And that just confirms for me. Remember, I tried to set it aside. I was already kind of feeling it because, you know, I'm intuitive. But the cards are just kind of confirming the Trump Tower is crumbling. Okay. His empire, his empire is crumbling. And then this is the financial destitute, you know, to be, you know, thrown out in the cold and everything. Deutsche Bank's coming after him. All these people want their money and stuff, you know, I bet he owes some, powerful people, you know, that, yeah, you know, would probably bring out a bunch of dirt on him and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dirty money here, guys. There's a lot of dirty money. But if people think that there is some way that these alternative electors could pull off and flip the election, then they'll donate the money. See, so this is really, really, they know deep down the odds of being able to pull a flip this far in, especially after the electoral college is voted, is so slim. And it's ridiculous, but they feel, especially Trump feels, that his supporters are fools. And they are foolish enough to give him money. And you know what? So far, they've got about $270 million. Okay. They've given $270 million to Trump. So, is he wrong? Okay. He's a con man. He's good at what he does. So I look at the oppression card, and this is what I feel there's going to be a little bit of this from Trump. Remember, we've got the shadow card, okay? He's going to act like he's being oppressed. Okay, this is a steal and so forth. And he's going to play victim and so forth. But he's going to act like, oh, the Supreme Court. He's going to blame everybody. That the Supreme Court, I told you guys too in my video he was going to speak out against him. And I got the Twitter up in my community that he would say something about it. Everybody's against him. Everybody's oppressing him. So definitely he's going to purport that. But does he actually feel oppressed? Yeah, I feel he does. Because think about it. He appointed 3 of those Supreme Court people himself. He gave them a job, he nominated them and then they voted. But he's the one who appointed them. Okay? And then, of course, there were other Republicans on there. But he got 3 on there. And they all shot him down. It's almost funny. It's funny, okay? Because he was hoping they would, be nice and corrupt and dirty, and flip that, and it didn't work, okay? Because even if they're Republican, they've spent all their lives studying the law, and they're up there to uphold the Constitution, So I give them credit. I'm very relieved that he didn't corrupt them that bad. That's a good thing. Not that we always agree with Supreme Court, but at least they showed integrity. They really saved our ass in many ways. To be honest, we owe them a debt of gratitude for what they did because they did the right thing by throwing that crap out. But yeah, he doesn't feel too good about that. He's definitely not feeling too good about that. Prince of Wands has been my Jared Kushner card. So I kind of feel on that. Remember, I've kind of talked to you guys about that. How he is kind of someone that Trump somewhat listens to a little bit. He does kind of listen to him. And I feel like, and let me pull a card next to them. I've got all these characters that I know of. But this is also his Kayleigh McEnany or whatever, the one that always goes and speaks and everything. The spokesperson for the White House. Expect her to be saying more stuff. I feel he's trying to reason. I do feel Kushner is trying to reason with Trump, still trying to get him to concede. But this little one here, she goes up there and she'll say anything to defend him. And she feeds him very good. She feeds him. She will say what, and do whatever he wants. She absolutely loves him. She absolutely loves him. So she doesn't help the situation. She really doesn't. Yeah, and then I've got the 4 of Pentacles, the Power card. I see this is the thing, is that, he's going to try to make some more money. This is 4 of Pentacles. He's going to try to make some more money and stuff because if he can't be president, he's got to at least get his financial power, so he's going to use this is a little bit more. Keep that stop the steal going, right? Because he's worried. He's worried. These people are coming after him. But he's got to pay them somehow. He's got to pay them somehow. So yeah, it's getting a little scary. It's getting down to the wire. Yeah. And here you go. So this is pretty much what's going to happen. Okay, with the alternate electors. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh every time I say it. But I just, the reason why I kind of laugh when I think about it and I start saying alternate electors is because I think of alternate universe, okay, and maybe he could go and be president in an alternate White House, and maybe they'll create him an alternate country. I don't know. I just think of, all these, they're trying every which way. You got to give them an A for effort, in the sense that, they they don't give up. They don't give up. But yeah, so pretty much here, the death card, in the self position, I feel it's just going to be dead on arrival. That's what the death card is for me. So it's not going to work. But let's see, I feel they know that though. And yes, so January 6th, here comes the completion. Okay, we got the completion. The alternate electors are dead on arrival. I've got the death card. In the environment, I've got the completion card. We're going to be nice and finished. So let's see what. And then, yes, in the hopes for the people who have been, it's in the hopes and fears position, victory. And I know people that voted for Biden are like, will his victory go all the way to the 20th? So far, so good. But it is in hopes and fears as well. I would say that's actually incredibly appropriate that Tarot picked victory in the hopes and fears, because the Biden people hope his victory is upheld, but the Trump supporters fear his victory is upheld. So that is actually perfect, that the victory, I mean, either way, it's a victory. Okay. We just can't. And let me draw a little bit more. Interesting, I pull that. And I would like to look at a little bit more. So, I did draw the strife card. This is my outcome card, the first one that I drew. So, even though, I feel it's going to be settled. I feel the alternate electors is dead in the water. It's a death card. So that's good. It sounded ridiculous to me. I already kind of knew. I like the fact the completion is there. It's going to complete. But the strife card really makes me feel that even though the 6th it'll be done, I've got the completion, and I do feel he will be sworn in inauguration day. I've never had a problem. That's never changed for me. The victory should be fine. Especially nice victory card there. But I still feel people are going to be bickering for a while, even after inauguration day. So I look at that. It still doesn't solve the problems. I feel, yeah, I drew the failure card. I just drew that next to completion. So death, failure. And we talked about the failure card kept showing for Trump. So it's just going to fail. It's completely going to fail. It's not even going to work. And I even drew the 6 of Swords. So next to completion, 6 of Swords, which can be a physical move for me, is he's going to move out of the White House. Okay, so it's pretty solid for me. So yeah, every time I say alternate electors, I start giggling. I can't help myself, guys. But no, there's no way. So, I know, just like, but it is so funny that the victory card is in the hopes and fears position, because that's what it represents. It's the hope of, half this country and the other half fears it. But that's just the way it is. But it's not going to stop the conflict. There's going to be more conflict to come. That's the hard part. That's the hard part. And then, of course, because of the defeat, Donald Trump has to eat it. That's the thing. I just drew the defeat for that. So, he just, it's going to take, it's probably just going to have to take till the 6th before that's the moment. There's just nothing left. There's just nothing left for him. He lost fair and square. So yeah. So as far as the alternate electors, for anybody who's been hearing about it from the Reptilian on Fox News and everything like that, you don't have to worry about it. He's moving out. I've got the moving out card, the completion. It's going to be over and everything like that. Death and failure sit next to each other. And yeah, that's just the way it is. So it's very, very cut and dry, clear. But I'm telling you guys, and that's what I was kind of feeling, but I wanted to get the confirmation. But the Tower, the Worry card, and especially the Ace of Discs really confirmed for me that this is just all to keep this going is a ploy to continue to get money, out of supporters. Okay, and I can only imagine, what they're going to donate up until at least the 6th, just what's going on, looking at what's going on in DC and this and that, it's just money, money, it's just plenty of money coming in. That's the real grift here. Okay. And that's what it is. Because he wanted to stay in office. So do not get me wrong. I feel he wanted to stay in office, because he doesn't want to go to jail. Okay. That's why he wants to stay in office, really. That's where, that's what, and if he's the most powerful position, in the country, they can't really lock him up. But when he's, a civilian again, then it's like, oh, they can start charging him, and there's going to be charges. And I'll be reading on them. I'll be reading on those cases. I will tell you that right now. I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait to read on some of those cases. But yeah, the main thing, this is about money at this point. That's what it is. He's very, very worried about his financial situation. He's not worth billions, guys. I will tell you right now. He's, especially when I saw him on an interview when they were talking about him being 400 million in the hole. One of the things they got from the little bits that they got from his taxes. And he's like, oh, that's just a drop in the bucket. That's just business. He's trying to, he's trying to undermine it like, oh, that's just a business that's just the way business works when you got real estate. He's trying to make it sound like that. That's a lot of money. Okay, we can do the math. I mean, math is a real simple thing. If you're 400 million in the hole, that means you owe people. And that means you owe people and stuff. And he definitely owes that Deutsche Bank. We know that. So yeah, this is all about the grip. This is all about just how much money can I fleece from my supporters and make them think that we still got a chance. Because see, if everything's just dead in the water and they're like, and the supporters like, well, there's just nothing we can do. There's no point to donate to them, right? But if they get this little, the alternate electors, if they could get that going on, they could fleece some more. That's what they're going to do. So we'll see that. So the next step is January 6th.